Alright folks, this is Fernando with HTownVEG. As the name of this channel might suggest, I'm located deep in the heart of the great and wonderful city of Houston, Texas. While it's fairly easy to be vegan in this big city, there's always a shitload of folks who want to grill you about the choices you make regarding your food. Being a native Texan, Houstonian for that matter of Mexican descent, you always get a lot of other Mexican folks asking you, ¿Cómo puedes ser vegano si eres mexicano? How can you be vegan if you're Mexican? My identity as a Mexican doesn't rely on the consumption of fajitas, so fuck off. Another favorite question of mine, how can you be vegan when you're around all this wonderful Texas barbecue? You don't have to rely on the use of animal flesh to make delicious barbecue. I've done it with tofu, with seitan, with vegetables, with all sorts of interesting things. Oh, but that shit doesn't have any flavor, a lot of people like to complain. But meat does? That's why you have your dry rubs and your wet rubs and your fucking 4-day marinades, and then you dump barbecue sauce all over your shit because meat has naturally good flavor? So for those friends that continually vociferate on the savoriness and the tastiness of meat, A, you're wrong. B, that's offensive. C, fuck you. But admittedly, there's a part of me that craves and desires for the carnivorous staples of my youth. So in an attempt to recreate these dishes in a manner that doesn't contribute to the systematic slaughter of our sentient friends, I give you the next cooking episode of HTownVEG. Alright folks, today we're going to make seitan. I'm going to start off with 2 cups of Vital Wheat Gluten or gluten flour, same thing. If you're gluten intolerant, this isn't a recipe for you. To soften up our doughy mixture and give a good flavor, I'm going to add about half a cup of nutritional yeast. You can season this however you like, but I'm going for a kind of basic chicken type of flavor. I'm adding some paprika and some garlic powder. A decent rule of thumb here is that you use about as many cups of water as you do flour, so a 1-to-1 ratio. Even though here I ended up having to add a bit of water to get the dough to mesh together properly. So now I'm adding some tamari. You can use soy sauce, liquid aminos, whatever you like. Then add some salt. Mix that together a bit. Then add it to your flour mixture. Use a wooden spoon to incorporate the dry and wet into one another. When it seems appropriate, start using your hands to knead this all together. You could use a planetary mixer, but I don't think it's very necessary. You knead until all the ingredients fall together nicely and give you a thick, bouncy consistency. Now we prepare our broth. Some folks bake this, while others still prefer to grill it. I find that if you want it to be kind of juicy and not so dry, then it's good to boil and then bake or grill afterwards. I basically added the same spices I put in the flour mixture to the water in which our seitan loaves are going to boil. Some tamari, garlic powder, salt. This helps for the seitan loaves to really absorb the flavor of these condiments. Put it into the room temperature water with spices and put it on a high heat. Bring it to a heavy boil. Bring the heat down and let it simmer for about 40 minutes. Remove it from the heat and let it cool down for about another half hour before taking it out. Let it drain any excess water over the sink for a few minutes. You can tamp it down gently with a wooden spoon if you want to expedite this process. This cow's just happy because it knows it's not going to be chopped up. Cut a chunk of your seitan loaf into thin strips. Grill up some onion. Add some of your favorite vegan fajita seasoning. Let it grill up for a bit. Heat up some tortillas. I prefer corn straight on the flame. Add some cilantro, green onions, tomatoes. Now top with a bit of salsa. There you go, homies. Chicken fajita tacos. I'm making this for a good few people, hence why I'm using the other loaf into half of seitan. Cut it up into some strips in whatever shape and size you feel is desirable. Add them to a hot pan along with your favorite vegan barbecue sauce. Didn't have time to home make this one, but most barbecue sauces are in fact vegan. Be sure to check the label though. Put some pickles on it and serve it on the absolute cheapest burger bun you can find at the 99-cent stores. Alright folks, I hope you enjoy. If you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe.